This is my '09 Jeep JK, well JKU, and guess what? I need an engine. Early in the morning, up for another eventful day today. As you can see, this is a long block that I'll be putting in this. So here we go. Some of the wires that I think I may forget to make my installation a lot easier. Got the battery, fuse box, and battery box removed. Fuel line disconnected. On to the next. Alright, I got everything disconnected. The belts are off, the hoses are off, got the AC and power steering pump pushed to the side, got the motor mounts loosened up. Now the hardest part is removing the last two screws on the bell housing that's sitting right behind the intake manifold. I had to remove the upper and lower intake manifold so I can get to these last two bell housing screws in the back. There it is right there, the lower manifold. Only way for me to drop this motor in was bring it in from the side. I'm nearing the finish line. Have the upper intake manifold on. Now I just have to hook up all the wiring, put all the drive put the drive belt and all the power steering pump and air conditioning and stuff back on, and hook up my battery and add the fluids, and hopefully it'll kick over. Okay, here's my old core, my old 3.8 Jeep engine. A lot of miles on it, 205,000 miles. It had a wrist pin lock and it needed a timing chain. Doing my last walk around, make sure I have all my screws, sensors and everything off the motor. and it looked like I have everything off. So they can come pick this up. Now the motor's completely back together. All I have to do now is put the oil, antifreeze, and install the battery. Then bleed the air out of the oil system and hopefully it'll start. There was one thing I didn't realize while installing this engine. The builder of this motor, they didn't replace the plug that's the back of the oil filter housing. So I couldn't get the plug off my old engine, and I didn't know the size of this plug right here. It's right in back of the oil filter. It's behind the oil filter. Well, after doing some research, I ended up finding out it's a M14 pipe plug that goes in the back of the oil filter housing. Some rebuilders remove it and don't replace it. I didn't realize that until after I had the motor back installed in the car. It's much easier to install with the motor out. But for all those who ever ran into that issue or might run into that issue, the size pipe plug is M14. I'm supposed to remove that and turn the motor over with the ignition coil unplugged so it doesn't fire up until oil comes out of that plug, the hole behind the oil filter, to get all the air out of the oil system. And once that's done, once the oil comes out, I plug it back up and then start it as normally. Okay, there it is. Spun the motor over till I got oil dripping out of that plug behind the oil filter. And now I can close it up and continue. Back running again. Hopefully this time I'll get some real good use out of it. Hope this motor lasts another 200,000 miles. It's all packed up and ready to go.